Hey guys, welcome back to Real Housewives Recaps. Today we're talking Below Deck Med. This is the recap of Season 7, Episode 14, In a Bind. Like I say every week, I am watching the one on Peacock. It might be a week ahead of you, so if you're not on this one yet, stop me now, go watch last week's. But otherwise, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Let's talk about what happened in this episode. So, I am still enjoying the season. I struggle a little bit because they all kind of suck in their own unique way. I said this before. I was a fan of Natasha when it started out. I am not a fan of Natasha now. I started to like Natalya better, but now, again, I find her grating, and same with Kyle. So I really don't have much love for the interior, but we're going to talk about what's going on with that struggle. Also, I think Dave's food looks delicious. As a cast member, does he bring very much? Not really. I mean, I felt for him with the whole Natasha thing, but not much else going on there. And then Deck Crew, I'm glad to see Jason gone. I know some of you like Jason. I was not a fan at all. I am growing increasingly frustrated with Storm, so there's that. But I still love Courtney and Z. I got to give it to Z. My favorite line of his this episode was that, Courtney's happiness outweighs his sadness. He was putting Courtney above him where she got lead deckhand and he didn't. And he just handled it like a champ. Storm screwed up doing this at dinner where he let them know that Courtney was going to be lead deckhand. They had been drinking. He shouldn't have done it. It wasn't professional. Plus, it just puts a damper on the night. Yeah, Courtney's celebrating, but she's got to look out for Z's feeling, and Z isn't feeling like celebrating because Courtney's lead deckhand. So it's a tough position to put everybody in when it's supposed to be a night off. Let's talk about Natasha here. Natasha and her boyfriend it's just so high school and so annoying. Her boyfriend wants her to stay away from Dave. She works with Dave. She can't stay away from Dave. Natasha loves this. Even if she cries about it and pretends like she doesn't, she loves this because why else would she put herself in this over and over and over again? They cheated on each other, she and the boyfriend, and yet they decided that they were meant for each other and they're going to make it work. It makes no sense at all. She's crying on the nights out. She's driving everybody crazy. She's saying things like, I'm sick of men, and Kyle's trying to comfort her, all because Dave said, come with us, Natasha. The boyfriend overheard it on a, FaceTime. So the whole thing is ridiculous and childish. And frankly, I blame Natasha. She cannot be on her own. She's one of those. And they're annoying because you need to learn to stand on your own before you can, be with somebody else. Otherwise, you'll never, ever be happy. And I think that's her thing. She'll never be happy in a relationship. So the rain is going. It's the next day. Jason is going to get off the boat today, but Sandy asked Jason to help. I actually got to give Jason credit, even though he bugs me, because he put on his uniform and he helped out. And that's cool because he didn't have to. He could have just gotten off the boat. Well, I guess they're at sea, so maybe not. But you know what I mean. He could have just pulled Caroline, and locked himself in his cabin. But he didn't. He was a team player there, so that's cool. What else? He has an awkward conversation with Sandy where he says he'll text her and she says, text me your name. What? Okay. We find out we're going into Charter 7. Don't know who Jason's replacement is yet, but we'll be meeting him soon. Charter 7 is a return charter. It's co-primaries, Jonathan and Eric. They were on 2 seasons ago when we had, oh gosh, why am I forgetting her name? She talks like Kermit. I loved her though, and I can't remember her name. Oh my God, Aisha. There it is. As soon as I start doing the impression, it comes back to me. But Aisha was on, and Tom was the chef. Remember Tom? I hated Tom. He was Malia's boyfriend. I don't know. Tom sucked. So we get Reed. Reed worked on tugboats. Reed's the new deckhand from Alabama. And I'm going to go ahead and cut through here and say, we get a preview of next week, and it sounds like Reed might be an a-hole. Is Reed an a-hole? Did he and Courtney get into it? It kind of sounded like that. Who knows? Could be editing. But Reed was very surprised at all the nudity going on with these charter guests. We'll get to that. Natalya and Storm. I don't know. they clearly don't belong together. They should just hook up and then move on. I don't know. He was pissed about last night and how she reprimanded him because he made Courtney leave. You were there. You know what happened. He made Courtney leave Deckhand. So she says Storm is more of a friend than a boyfriend. He says, have a good day. And that's that. There's not much there. Provisions come. It's an ongoing battle. Natalya says it's the shittiest provisions ever seen. So much over ordering, and she says it's ridiculous. Here's the funny thing I'm noticing this episode. Natalya and Natasha have the same arguments about each other and for each other. Like they're not meshing because they're acting the same. Natalya is telling anybody who'll listen that Natasha sucks. Natasha is telling Dave, who will listen to her, that Natalya sucks. And then they get mad that the other one is talking about them. Did you follow that? It's just kind of the same. It's just a clashing of personalities, and I'm kind of over it. If I had to pick sides, I'd pick Natalya, but I honestly don't know that I'm on either side. Same with Dave. Do I keep calling him Dave? My God, Kyle. I'm so sorry. Kyle. The other Stu. I liked him at first, but I find him a little annoying too. I do find that he and Natasha just blindly have each other's backs, and I'm not into that because it would make a weird work environment for Natalya. Sorry about all the Dave talk. Good Lord. Dave doesn't bring any of this. Not much going on with Dave. I mean, he's fun to look at. His food looks good, but that's all I got on Dave. But they get snippy with each other. Natalya is arguing with Kyle, and Natasha tells her, don't talk to me like that. It's a back and forth. And Natasha is saying, I'm not bad at my job. Don't be moaning to everybody else. But again, this is while she moans to Kyle about Natalya. So they're basically having the same beef with each other. So I don't know. They go pick up the guests. Let's talk about these guests. They're fine. They're into BDSM, so they want to have a BDSM party. They take a lot of naked pictures. There's nudity in the chairs. Like, I guess we're supposed to be shocked. I don't know. I'd say the same thing I said before about the food. It's your vacation. You paid for all this private stuff. Do what you want. So if you want to order 10 main course meals, do it. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And if you want to be naked the whole time and take pictures of yourself, do it. It's your vacation. Would I do that? Hell no. But it makes these people happy. So whatever. I did think it was funny when they said be sure to wipe down the chairs that the naked girls had sat in. This time I do mean to say Dave. Dave is in a competition with himself, basically. These guests let him know that last time Tom was so good. And so he sees that as a personal challenge. He's going to cook the hell out of some food for them. They ask for this whole fish to be prepared. To me, it's just more of a, I don't know. I don't eat fish, so I shouldn't have an opinion, but I will. It seems like an Instagram thing, right? Like a reason to take pictures. Does it actually taste better like that? And what is that? Is that salt on top of the fish? I don't know. I don't eat fish. They have a BDSM party, so everybody's dressed up like this. Dave can't stop checking out Natasha. The whole beef here, I actually am going to go on Natalya's side because Natalya had a good point. She's pissed because she was at this picnic all day with the guests. And you're telling me all day the cabins didn't get cleared? What were Natasha, and I always have to pause on that, Natasha and Kyle doing? Kyle should have been on those rooms. I understand that Natasha's the lead, so she probably has to, or the chiefs do, so she has to delegate these things. But my God, delegate. Don't just hang out and chat all day. Natalya nailed it and said, I bet they're just standing around talking about me and, munching all day while I was stuck on a hot rock. I totally see her side on this one. It's bullshit. And then it's further bullshit because Kyle went to the charter guest who particularly she's like a VIP, they called her. She particularly wanted her cabin clean. Again, her vacation. I don't fault her here. If you're paying this much a day and you say, hey, I really want my cabin to stay clean, then they should do it. They should figure that out and do it and make it a priority. Every couple hours, go in that room and check it out and make sure it's clean. What is the you know what I mean? I know it's a lot of work and it's annoying, but they were saying that Natalya loses focus on things that don't need to be focused on. I'm saying to Kyle and Natasha, they do the same thing. They're not focusing on what needs to be focused on. This guest specifically asked that her room was, extremely clean. Well, they should have been on it. They should have been back in that room and cleaning it up instead of Kyle giving this speech to this charter guest saying, well, our head of, what do you call her? Head of housekeeping was off the boat. That's why your room didn't get clean. Kyle, nobody wants to hear that. I don't care if you're at freaking Target. You don't want to hear, I'm not trying to be insensitive, but I'm just saying in general, when you're there, most people don't want to hear the cashier saying, oh, I've been here since 6 a.m. This sucks. Yes, it does suck. And, it's horrible. But they're paying that much for the vacation. They don't want to hear excuses. They just want you to get it done. But I'm going to put it on Natasha. She should have delegated that. She should have said, Kyle, you need to go get those rooms cleaned. Because it's not fair that Natalya was off the boat all day with the guests. She didn't really, we saw her in the water for a minute, but you don't get a break when you're just surrounded by guests. You always have to be on, and you're in the sun, and you're doing, you're packing everything, and you're taking care of everybody. I don't think it's fair that she should have to come back on the boat and then go right to cleaning rooms. Yes, she should help, but it's not fair that she has to pick up the slack that they just dropped while she was off the boat. So I do get her side on this particular argument. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are. Are you seeing it a different way? Are you more on Natasha's side of things? Are you annoyed by Natalya? I'm both. I'm a little annoyed by Natalya too. She does complain a lot, and just like I said earlier, no one wants to hear it from, Kyle. No one wants to hear it from Natalya either. So I don't know. Anyway, so that's it for the episode. Curious to see what happens next week. We got a sneak peek, and it looks like the new guy, Neil, is pissing people off. That's literally wrote in my notes. I think he and Courtney may get into it a little bit. Curious to see what happens there. That's not going to go well for him if that's the case. Looks like a guest might crash a jet ski. So I'm here for that too. That's not going to go well. And yeah. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and I will be recapping a show very soon. Guys, if you're not on it, Salt Lake City started off with a bang, and I am excited to recap the next episode of that. Also, this week is the finale of Beverly Hills, so you better believe I will be talking about that, so check that out. I hope you guys had the best day. Please hit the thumbs up button, leave me comments, all that stuff helps me out, and check out my Patreon. Patreon.com/Real Housewives Recaps, where I break down episodes of Sex and the City. If you sign up, you get the whole catalog of episodes I've done, and as I continue on, you will get those as well. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.